But yeah, there are two more topics that I wanted to briefly go over before the live ends. One of them being, because I needed to talk about this. So for those of you out there that are fans of the Wayans family, because I love the Wayans family. I love all of them. They've been holding it down for a long time in the comedy sphere. Okay. Love the Wayans family. For those of you that are a fan of the Wayans family, they obviously did Scary Movie. Scary Movie is probably one of the greatest parody films ever. It's definitely up there. And the first two Scary Movie movies were just bellissima, beautiful. Okay, Sean and Marlon and Keenan like absolutely like killed it, with those first two movies. So in terms of Scary Movie, for those of you that know or don't know, after the first two Scary Movie movies, the Wayans brothers were pushed out of their franchise by the Weinstein Company. They had an idea of what they wanted to do. The Weinstein Company basically lowballed them on what they were going to pay them and essentially pushed them out and got other people to write the script. And they haven't been a part of the franchise in a long time. And the franchise obviously suffered for it. I don't know about y'all, but the only two Scary Movies that I watch are 1 and 2. After that, I don't really know what happened there. But it was announced a couple days ago it was announced a couple months ago that they were doing a Scary Movie 6. I personally didn't care because, the Wayans family wasn't attached to it. So I was like, they're just rebooting this movie to reboot it. Woo, no one cares. However, a couple days ago, it was announced that the Wayans brothers will be returning to the Scary Movie franchise, that Miramax reached out to them and that they are now a part of Scary Movie again and will be a part of the production and a part of the process. And I am so happy that we will finally allegedly be getting a good Scary movie since the second one. It makes my heart warm. It really does. In the chat, I think you missed some people. Yeah, where are the people? the other people who saw it. The other people who saw Blink twice. I would love to know. Strive for More said, I thought they sold it. They did not sell it. It was unceremoniously taken from them. They did not sell it. Let me actually pull something up here so you guys can see the thing that I'm talking about. Not that there's anything, but we can pull this up. Here we go. Here we go. It says Wayans brothers reunite for new Scary Movie with Miramax and Paramount. Because obviously the Weinstein Company is not a part of that anymore because we all know what happened with the Weinsteins. So yeah. So we got the brothers here. Sinestro Noir. What a sensual name. I know who that is though. Says usurper SOBs. I'm guessing you're talking about the Weinstein Company in terms of them taking it away from the Wayans. Yes, correct. But yes, it's so nice to see that they are back with the franchise. This is incredible. I am very happy to see it, very happy to know it. And I kind of want to throw it to the chat what you all think, because obviously, well, first of all, are you excited that Scary Movie's coming back? Number one. Are you excited that the Wayans brothers are attached to it? Number two. Because that's also, I'd love to know. So yeah, that's another thing. Are you excited? And number three, the first two Scary Movies touched on a lot of different horror movies that were out during the time. They played on some of those horror movie tropes, but they also specifically went towards certain movies. The first Scary Movie pretty much touched on, the Scream franchise. It also kind of touched on, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Scream 2 kind of did like, the Haunting, the House on Haunting Hill kind of spoof, and also like the Exorcist kind of thing, and also What Lies Beneath. So there were a couple things, that they touched on. But it's been 20 years of horror movies in Hollywood. So my question to you all is, what movies do you think that they have the potential to kind of touch on in this new movie, like to spoof? Because not only has there been a slew of horror movies, but there's also been kind of like a different take on horror since in this 20 years. Like there's been a lot more elevated horror. That's what we're going to call it. Like there's been Jordan Peele movies that have come out. There's been a lot of like A24 horror movies that have come out, like, Midsummer and like things like that. So what are some of the movies or the subgenres of horror that have come out? They've also rebooted the Scream franchise in the time that the Wayans brothers have been away from Scary Movie. So do you think that they're gonna like take jabs at like Scream, especially because there's some drama going on in the Scream franchise? I don't know if any of you are Scream fans, but there's been drama going on in the Scream franchise. They fired the lead actress Melissa Barrera, which was ridiculous. And is she gonna be in Scary Movie to kind of give like an FU to the Scream franchise, and she's not anymore? Like, so what do you all think they're gonna go, the direction that they're gonna go, or the movies that they're gonna touch on in this new one? Let's look at the chat here. Faye says, I thought it was a movie that was directed by someone who appeared to know what they were doing. I'm guessing you're talking about Blink Twice. I would say 2 out of 10 plus an apple, a green apple. The rating system from Faye is incredible. Sinestro Noir says, like Patsy's Pizza, the product is inferior to that of the originators. He is clearly talking about the Scary Movie franchise 3 to 5, I'm guessing. I watch Scary Movie 2 monthly, says Mimi. Yes, Scary Movie 2 is just, it's comedy gold. Okay? I definitely talked about Scary Movie when I did the review for The Blackening, which if you all haven't seen that movie, it was disappointing. That's all I have to say. I did a review for it when it came out. They're doing a Blackening 2. Or will they even... That's another thing. The Blackening came out as kind of like a parody of how Black people are treated in horror. I didn't feel like it was a very successful movie. There were people that liked it, but will they, tackle how Black people have also been portrayed in horror in these past 20 years? Because even that has changed. So that's going to be really, really interesting as well. May says the apple means it was a snack. Oh, wow. Okay. 2 out of 10 plus a snack. Thank you, May, for translating for Faye. I appreciate it. But yeah, so what do you all think? Like, do you think that they're going to dip into some new horror movies specifically like they did in Scary Movies 1 and 2? Like, focus on a specific horror movie to kind of go towards this new plot? Do you think they're going to take it in a completely new direction? I don't know. It hasn't, been said. Or actually, let's check this article. Maybe it will say what they will be doing, because it says it will shoot next year for a theatrical release. Wow, that's a pretty quick turnaround. Okay. Let's see here if it says what they'll be doing or the capacity at which they'll be a part of. It doesn't really say in this article what they will be doing or the capacity, like if, Keenan's going to be directing, or, if he'll be writing, or if Sean and Marlon are going to be in the movie. It doesn't say what their roles are. It just says they're a part of it. It would be nice if they were, if Keenan was directing and Sean and Marlon were in it. Would they even bring back the characters that they were in? Would they pretend that Scary Movies 3 through 6 didn't happen and just pick it up from Scary Movie 2? Are you going to get Regina Hall to come back? I mean, respectfully, she looks exactly the same. Girl looks great. She looks great. Shout out to Regina Hall. She just looks incredible. Just keeping it tight. I see you, girl. Face on point. on point. There's another person on point. Zoe Saldana. I love her. But yeah, it doesn't say what they're doing in their capacity in the movie. It does say at the bottom, Marlon Wayans will be seen starring in Justin Tipping's psychological sports thriller Him, produced by Jordan Peele's Monkey Paw Productions, out in September 2025. So interesting. He's going to be in a psychological thriller coming up. So that's interesting. But yeah, like I said, it doesn't say what their capacity will be in the movie per se and what they'll be doing. It doesn't say if any of the original cast is coming back. Like, let's go to IMDb, y'all. And let's see if there's any details whatsoever about the movie. If they have a cast, which I feel like they probably don't have anything at all. It says Scary Movie 6 pre-production. That's it. Well, it does say writers, Keenen Ivory Wayans and Marlon Wayans. So that's hopeful that they are writing on it again. Okay, so the writers are basically, all right, so they're writing it. Okay, now who's directing it? It does not say. But it does say that they're writing it, so that's interesting. All right, in the chat, Eve said, has it changed? And Strive for More says they may do a spoof on The Blackening, even though it was a spoof. That would be very interesting if they did do a spoof of a spoof, because I did not feel like The Blackening was a successful spoof movie, if that's what it was supposed to be. But I did love the cast of The Blackening. I just wanted them. You know what? They should have the cast of The Blackening in the new Scary Movie so they could have some good material. I said what I said. But yeah, so they will be writing on the movie, but it doesn't say who's directing. So that's going to be really interesting. That's going to be really interesting to see who ends up directing this. But let me know in the chat or in the comment section what you think the direction of Scary Movie 6 is going to be. It's just really refreshing that the Wayans brothers are going to be a part of this again, because they obviously know how to come up with fresh ideas. They know how to really push a joke to the limits. And I always felt like those other movies were just, they didn't understand the concept. And that's pretty much how I felt about The Blackening. It didn't understand how to really push a joke. The Wayans family obviously knows how to push something to its limits. So I'm excited to see what Scary Movie 6 is going to be now that they're in charge of it again. Like, that brings me great joy. It brings me great joy to know that they will be a part of this experience again. I'm very happy to know. So let me know in the chat how you guys feel about Scary Movie 6 even coming out. If you think they should highlight some specific horror movies that have come out in the last 20 years, or if you think that they should take it in a completely different direction, let me know.